All right, guys, it's Tuesday, February the 2nd. You guys can see that I have my classroom in the background. I wanted you guys to enjoy it as much as I do. So for today, for review, we used Taco Bell for this example. Sierra works at Taco Bell, so I figured it would be appropriate. And I asked her if, for some things that had changed since COVID, for her company. And she said that now they have to give customers change back in a cup. So I asked the class to think of a derivative plan for Taco Bell to stay successful during COVID. So some of the kids said that, well, Ms. McDonald, there could be curbside service. So that way Taco Bell is still safe. They're still making money. But for the people that don't want to come through the drive-through, maybe they could have a pickup. Some kids said maybe they could have an online ordering app, and then maybe get Grubhub to deliver Taco Bell to their house. So yeah, just two supplemental plans. That's what derivative means. So two additional plans that helps the main plan stay in effect. Then I asked the class to list some external factors that could affect your business from reaching its goal. We used Jaquasius, his workplace for this. He works at QVC in Tarboro. Actually, I think it's got a Rocky Mount address, but close to Tarboro. So some things that are external, outside of the business's control, that could impact, the company maybe making money. So that could be the weather. Maybe there's a flood. Maybe we've got some snow that slows down those trucks that are on 64. Maybe they've got a power outage. Let's see. Maybe the government raises tariffs or raises taxes on imported goods because QVC orders products from all over the world. So anything outside of a business's control, like this lightning, that would impact a business's operations. And some internal factors, some things that QVC can control that would impact them reaching their goals. Maybe they need to hire more workers. Maybe they've had to lay off workers. Maybe they need to give their employees a raise. Maybe the management sucks. Maybe they could unpack those crates, those pallets of boxes quicker. So anything inside of a business's control that they can actually change. All righty, new stuff. We talked about barriers to planning. So the first barrier was making sure that you don't just focus on money. So get your mind off money, because it can interfere with you seeing a project through to completion. So just know that, yes, we know that every company needs money to survive, but don't let it be your only priority, because sometimes the companies can get too focused on their revenue and not see what's right in front of their face. So an example for that, so maybe you're in the process of planning a large expansion. Your largest customer, let's say Walmart is your customer. Your company like QVC and Walmart is your customer, but now Walmart's leaving. So you got to do something different. So you might need to postpone that expansion until you figure out what you're going to do with all that money that Walmart was sending to you. Another barrier to planning is resources. Money, 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 money. Time, energy, supplies, equipment, personnel, your employees, space. Do you have enough adequate space? Materials, anything that you need to consider that might hinder your plan. Inability, or your managers just don't know what they're doing. So teach them. Teach your managers how to manage. They may not, have had that education in college, if they went to college. So teach them. It's your business. Teach your managers how to lead. Sometimes people procrastinate. They say, I didn't have time to get the job finished. So make sure that you clearly communicate with your employees so they know when the deadline is, they know when your short-term goals need to be reached. Just communicate with them so they don't use the excuse of they didn't have enough time. Also, another reason that planning fails is because your employees might be afraid to fail. They might be scared to death. So just encourage your employees that it's okay to not get it right the first time. It's all right. I just need you to do your best, and then we'll figure out the rest later. So encourage your employees that, you know, failure is not failure. It just teaches us what not to do next time. Also, your information, make sure that your information is current, it's relevant, and it's up to date. If you're doing research on CDs, compact discs, you're wasting your time. We don't use those anymore. We don't even use MP3 players anymore. So if you're doing research on products or services that are out of date or insufficient, you're wasting your time. And then please make sure that you're planning for the future. A lot of times, business owners, they get too wrapped up in what's going on right now. For example, everybody, the big thing is COVID. Now, yay, we're getting, you know, adjusted to COVID, and they get stuck. No, you need to plan, you know, a year from now when COVID's out of here. So don't get stuck in the now. Plan for the future. Plan for your long-term goals. And a lot of times too much focus is on the planning department itself. Guys, just remember that a plan is just an outline of what you want to do and the strategies and how you're going to get there. You're not actually doing anything. So if you've got a plan how you're going to get, you know, to a restaurant in Raleigh, you're planning now. But you're not driving there yet. You're not sitting down eating at the restaurant. So just remember that a plan is just a plan. A plan does nothing except for getting you organized. So get out of that planning stage and start implementing your plan. Plans are just models. They're just a blueprint. They are the most important step, because without a plan, without a vision, you don't know where you're going. But you also need to get in the car and go. And then the last barrier to planning was get out of your comfort zone. So many people don't want to implement plans because they're afraid, you know, of the unknown. They get stuck and, well, you know, I know how to do this. I feel comfortable. I don't want to grow anymore. What's the point? We're doing okay now. But just remember, the unexpected will happen. So you need to actually step out of your comfort zone and be flexible. And that was it for today. Go into Canvas, do your exit ticket, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.